on, everybody? It's your boy Phoenix here, and welcome back to a brand new Marvel Spider-Man 2 informational video. And in today's video, I want to talk about some more stuff that we found in the trailer. Obviously, we're going to be talking about the return of MJ missions, which I know a lot of people have their own mind about. It's very divisive, amongst, the Spider-Man fan base. And other than that, if you guys haven't already, make sure to go ahead and hit that like button down below, hit that subscribe button as well. And without a doubt, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So as we saw in the trailer, we saw what looked to be an angry Peter jump down into something of like a area with purple lighting and stuff like that. And other than that, let's go ahead and dive into the article. So this article from Game Rant says the trailer features a shot of Mary Jane Watson seemingly hiding from Peter Parker, who is affected by the symbiote, which could reintroduce divisive gameplay in a thrilling way. Playing as Mary Jane in a pursuit sequence where Peter becomes a terrifying enemy could provide stress-inducing gameplay, especially if it transitions to Miles Morales for a boss fight, which I 100% agree. But following that, it says, one shot invokes Marvel Spider-Man 2's MJ Watson, who has had fans questioning her decidedly new look. This particular shot shows her ducking into cover and seemingly hiding from Peter Parker, who comes dropping into view wearing the symbiote. This cuts away quickly and is only about a second long, but unless another villain or enemy is somewhere in the area, it looks fairly explicit that she is purposefully hiding from Peter while the symbiote has affected him negatively. Insomniac has the opportunity now to make this sequence harrowing by reintroducing the franchise's most divisive moments through a terrifying new lens. Now, obviously right there in that shot, you see MJ running and hiding because of how terrified she is for the fact that Peter has a symbiote on, and notice that she is terrified as well in the shot. Notice how the fact that Peter jumped down aggressively, that proves right there that whoever's in that area, my guess for a fact, like Peter's probably fighting someone or something amongst the sort, or the symbiote is starting to lose control at this point. But following that, it says, being able to play as a powerless Miles Morales and a mild-mannered Mary Jane was a great way for Insomniac to portray characters' abilities. This way, gameplay was made more dynamic at the cost of having it be arguably less interesting at times, especially because these sequences revolve almost entirely around stealth, which is less than when Spider-Man can sneakily pick enemies off one by one. That's what made MJ's Grand Central Terminal level fun since she put out hits on isolated inner demons for Peter to incapacitate. Now, honestly, if you guys haven't played, if you guys know those stealth missions from Spider-Man 2018, they did that on purpose. Now, especially for that mission in the terminal station, I do agree with, that was the most fun in that mission. Tagging every single enemy and Peter could pick them off. It was the best part about that mission. And it was the fun part about that mission because you could pick people off and you would be heading over to disarm the Devil's Breath bomb. But following that, it says, otherwise, it would be difficult to find sequences where playing as Spider-Man was less fun than MJ or Miles. It would be surprising then if Insomniac has chosen to reprise these kind of sequences in the sequel, but Marvel Spider-Man 2 ironically establishes a wonderful moment to do so. MJ's stealth was elementary and relatively unengaging while maneuvering through Tombstone's garage or within a Sable outpost, for example, but having her fleeing from Peter in a horrifying pursuit sequence could be exhilarating. Which is obviously seems like what she's doing right here in this shot, because notice how she's running away. Everything clearly points to it as well because of the fact that she's running away. But on top of that, it says, if Marvel Spider-Man 2 could emulate Mr. X from the Resident Evil 2 remake and depict Peter as a sinister pursuer enemy, playing as MJ could be frightening with an appropriate length and jump scares. But hiding here and there while evading him could be very nerve-wracking until Miles suddenly appears to rescue her, and gameplay could swap to him for a boss fight. Perhaps it will be interesting to see why Peter is pursuing Mary Jane if that is what transpires in the sequence at all. But it could also turn out that she is simply hiding while he arrives someplace he doesn't know she is there. Now, I 100% do agree with this, because if you guys don't know, in that Rhino mission in Spider-Man 2018, where you're playing as Miles and after that you end up escaping, what if they're trying to do that? Like, say, like, while MJ's running away, and say you get outside of that area, you see Miles come in for a boss fight. I feel like that can't happen, because I have a feeling that this is where this area in that shot, or sometime in the area, notice for a fact that Peter dropped underground. So that means there has to mean that MJ's probably going to go somewhere up ground, and that's when the fight is going to commence. And MJ finds her way out, which means that Miles is going to be there to swap off of MJ, and we could have seamlessly go into Miles for a Peter boss fight. But following that, it says, either way, Mary Jane likely thinks he is a threat at this point due to the dissociated lines of dialogue that are heard of hers while the shot is seen. He's not himself, and go help him, while talking to Miles. It's already been heavily teased that Miles' bioelectricity will be what repels the symbiote from Peter, but in the meantime, a pursuit sequence with Mary Jane running from a tendril-elated Peter could be a moment of horror that the franchise should lean into. Now, I 100% do agree with this, because like I said, if you hear the voices of dialogue, notice how MJ is saying those exact lines, meaning that she has to be scared, because in that screenshot, she seems terrified. She seems scared. And obviously, knowing for a fact that the symbiote is doing whatever it wants and Peter is becoming more and more aggressive at that part of the game, I feel like they are going to have to do that, but on a horror level. Because when you really think about that, MJ is never scared of Peter unless he has on the black suit. So let me know what you guys think about that. Do you guys think that this MJ mission is worth playing? Because I know for a fact that this is a very divisive topic, because of the fact that a lot of people did not like the MJ missions in Marvel Spider-Man 2018. But let me know what you guys think down in the description below. And other than that, it's been your boy Phoenix, and I'll see you guys later with another spectacular Spidey webtastic banger.